Today, I want to talk to you about love, about them, the ones you love, about you, and then both of you, about love. Yes, and that is how the community is built, and that is the premise of humanity. I want to talk to you about love because that is the only way I exist. I am because you are. We are, therefore, Ubuntu in many ways. Growing up, love was like those cute Disney movies. और लाइक एक लड़की को देखा तो ऐसा लगा जैसे खिलता गुलाब, शायर का ख्वाब, उजली किरण, वन में हिरन, तू है मेरी किरण, and so much more. It was playful like the Salman Madhuri in मैंने प्यार किया. Well, that is love too, isn't it? Because when you're in love, the chemistry of the brain changes. But most importantly, love is to get connected with that space within you. That is the space of love. Once you are connected to that space, you can be in love. Well, that is the love with respect to another. It's a space where you let the other be. The spatial connection from within brings in allowance, it brings in acceptance, it brings in evolution, it brings in growth. It's a space where love happens. It is sensual, it is so much more. It's the place where we allow them to be for self to be, and together we become. There was a question that a client once posted on Instagram. The message reads, she says, I feel broken, Anil, and I see constant validation from my partner. I feel so empty because of my definitions and expectations of love is so different. That was a message. I get it. I get it. Sometimes because shit goes down. But that is the very moment you get connected to the space. That space of love. And I do not want to deny that life is horribly beautiful. Well, these are the exact moments you step a bit back. And if need be, a bit more backwards when life and shit goes down. Unwind, uncouple for some time, get back to yourself and find that space. Only after you find that space, then should you go out to find that space with the other. You cannot be offering directions, being blind and oblivious to the wilderness and the chaos that happens inside. Uncoupling need not be divorce, it need not be breakup, and even if it is, remember, breakup is not breakdown. You must be fearless enough to give yourself that love which you didn't receive. Uncoupling is healthy sometimes, and it's important too sometimes. It's a pause from where you can now decide to move on or to move in again. And it doesn't matter what you decide, it's all good in the big matrix. Love is an internal feeling. It's to know if there is any insecure attachments. If yes, then I strongly recommend you to come to the center, to the very center. It's the center, what Fritz calls as the space of balance, what Dick calls as a place of being, and what Judy calls as the dance. It's a place where all movement begins. It's a place where music flows. So beware of these anxious attachments, if any, or the dismissive attachments, if any, because both will consume you. It will drag you out of the space of dance. You would not want any of these. Now, would you? Neither the anxious attachments nor the avoiding ones. So how do you now create secure attachments to know when to fold and when to hold? Love is about experiencing yourself in the presence of the other person. And for that full experience, you must be willing to experience what's really happening within, because that is where you get all your information from. By paying attention to those emotions. Your emotions are the map. It has all the directions you'll ever need, and never is anything more important than that.